Okay. Hi, this is Lisa Loves to Crochet and Knit. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this cute little leprechaun hair pin. So you just put it, it's a hair clip, you just clip it onto your hair. And so this is a little bit bigger one, and this is a little smaller one. And so you just pinch it, there's just a clip there. And so let's get started. What you're going to need a little bit of gold yarn. You're going to need a little bit of black yarn. So you're just going to need a little bit just for doing the little buckle for the gold or the yellow, and then just for the rows of the black. And then you're going to need some green yarn. There's dark green and then there's light green. And so for this video purposes, I'm going to do a light green hat so you can see it better than the dark green. So, and then I have little shamrocks that I put on them. Right here. And I don't have the package cover anymore, but they came like this. I think I purchased them at Joann's. It might have been Hobby Lobby. And then you're going to need some ribbon. This, I believe I bought at Hobby Lobby in the colors Emerald. And it's just ribbon. It's just, I think it's called a different kind of ribbon. I don't know what it's called. But I believe I purchased this at Hobby Lobby, even though it doesn't say. So I just have green. And then I have the little clips on the bottom. I have two different sizes. And I don't have the size of this package. This one says it's 1.75 inches. And this one must be 2.75 inches because this is just a hair longer. So you can see them. So they're just hair clips. I don't know if they have a term on there. Alligator hair clip. And there's other kinds of hair clips you can buy at Sally's or whatever. But there's two different ways you can do that. The ribbon, I went over this one, so it's a little covered up. It's a little bit more fancy. And then this one I didn't cover at all. I just glued it on. So you also could buy some elastic and sew on the elastic onto the hat and make it a little bit of a round around your face, or you can do this kind of elastic and make it like a little hat that you put on your face or over your head. And you could do it with elastic on it if you want. Or you could do a keychain, to put a keychain on this to a little leprechaun hat. I'm sure there's other things you could do. You could even put this on a pin. I do have those as well. You could put it on a little pin. I believe I bought this at Hobby Lobby. And there's different sizes of those. I have a little bit of a smaller size as well. But those I purchased, the smaller size I purchased off Amazon, and they're half the size as the big ones because I wanted another size. So you can see you could put it on a pin or a hair clip. The choice is yours. I'm going to do another hair clip because I think that'd be fun. You could even put pigtails in your hair and clip on these onto your head. So each side of the pigtail has a leprechaun hat. So let's get started. You're going to need a crochet hook. And here. And I'm using a size G crochet hook. And then you're going to need a tapestry needle. And then you're going to need a pair of scissors. Now for the bigger one, I used an eye hook. I thought it'd be fun to have two different sizes because I don't know. This one is a little bit bigger than the other one. So this one I used a size G, and I didn't do as many rounds as I did on the bigger one. So the top part of the hat has 3 rounds on the big one, and the top part of the hat has 2 rounds in the little one. And then, of course, it has 1, 2, 3 rounds of the hat, and this one has 3 rounds of the hat as well. And then 2 rounds of black on each. And then 2 rounds for the visor or brim of the hat. And so I'm just going to start with a smaller hook because I want to do another small one. I think they're darling. So let's do the smaller one. And so what you're going to want to start with is a magic loop. And so I just start with my magic loop. And then I chain 1. And then I'm going to do 8 half double crochets in the center of the hat. And I started both of them that way. And so I'm just going to do 8. Both of these hats are started with 8 half double crochets in the magic ring. So I'm just going to complete my 8 and come back with my 8 completed. So I've completed my 8 half double crochets. I slip stitched to the beginning and I chained 1. And then now this round I'm going to put 1 half double crochet in that same stitch. And so I always count those 2 as 2 stitches. And then the next stitch I'm going to put 2 half double crochets as well. And I'm going to put 2 half double crochets in each stitch around, and then I'm going to stop and I'm going to weave in my ends. First I'm going to tighten the center and knot it and weave in my ends, and then I'll come back when I'm done with those 2 things. Okay, so I've completed my 2 half double crochets in each stitch around, and I've weaved in my ends and knotted my center of my magic loop. So now I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning, chain 1, and then I'm going to go, I'm still going to put a half double crochet in that first stitch, but I'm going to go into the back loop and the loop below that you can't see real well. So you can see that. That's where I'm going into. So I've gone into the back loop. Do that again. So I'm not going into both loops. I'm just going to go into the back loop and the loop below. You can see there's 2 there. And so I'm just going to do that with a half double crochet, and I'm going to do that in every stitch around. And that will leave me that little edge on the hat. So I'm just going to continue with 1 half double crochet in the back loop and the one below all the way around. Okay, so I've completed that round, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning. So it made the hat curve. You can see it's like a little bowl, squared bowl. And so now the next row, I'm just going to chain 1, and then I'm going to put 1 half double crochet in both loops all the way around, and making sure to have 16 stitches around, continuing that with every row. So I'll see when I'm at the end of this row. So I've completed my 16 stitches, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning, and chain 1, and then I'm going to put 1 half double crochet in that same stitch, and then I'm just going to put 1 half double crochet in each stitch around, making sure to count my stitches so I don't add extra or have less. So I'll complete that round and come back. So I've completed the 3rd row of half double crochets, and I've made sure I have my 18 stitches, and or I'm sorry, 16 stitches, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning, and I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to cut my working yarn, and I'm going to pull up a knot. So there's my little top part of the hat, and I'm going to take my black yarn and make a slip knot, and then I'm going to go into that same stitch where I came out of, and I'm going to crochet over my ends as I go. So with a single crochet. Whoops. So I'm just going to put one single crochet in each stitch around. So I'm just going to continue one single crochet all the way around. And I'll see you when I get done with this row. Okay, so I've completed one round of single crochets with the black, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning, chain one. Now it's kind of hard to see with the black yarn. And then I'm just going to put another single crochet in that same stitch, and then one single crochet in each stitch around. I know the black is really hard to see. So I've completed that round, and you can't see it, but I haven't slip stitched it. So I'm just going to slip stitch into that first stitch, and then chain one, and then I'm going to cut my working yarn. And there's my knot. And then I'm going to put the black yarn aside and grab the green yarn again and start with a slip knot. Tighten that in my crochet hook. And then I'm just going to attach with a single crochet, and I'm going to crochet over my ends. And then I'm just going to do single crochet, and I'm just going to put 1/2 double crochet in that same stitch. And then in the next one I'm going to put, whoops, broke my yarn, put 1/2 double crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 half double crochets in the next. And 1/2 double crochet in the next. So I'm just going to repeat 2 half double crochets in one stitch and 1/2 double crochet in the next, all the way around. So I've completed that round, and I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning, and then I'm going to chain one, and then I'm going to put another half double crochet in that same stitch, and then in the next stitch I'm going to put 1/2 double crochet. So this one has 2 in it, and the next one has 1, and then the next one's going to have 1 as well. And the next one I'm going to put 2 half double crochets. So there's my 2, and then there's my 2 single half double crochets, or I'm sorry, 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then this next stitch I'm going to put 2 half double crochets. So I'm just going to put 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then 2 half double crochets in the next. And I'm going to repeat that pattern all the way around, and that'll be the brim of my hat. And so I've completed that round, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning, and I'm going to chain one, and I'm just going to cut my, whoops, my working yarn, pull up a knot, and I'm going to weave in my ends and come back. Okay, so I've completed weaving in my ends, and I've completed that. So I'm just going to, I have some yellow on my tapestry needle, and I'm just going to find the back. So then this is the front. So I'm going to go in to the bottom part of the black and pull up some yarn, leaving a little tail back here. And then I'm just going to go into the top part, pull it through. Don't pull it all the way through. Oh, I have an end here. And then, so now I'm going to go back, skip one over, pull it through, go back into that next one, pull it down, come up through the bottom part here, just making a square buckle. Go over just below that, go into the top part over here, and then go back down in that same stitch to make it a square buckle. And then now I have my yarn on the back here, and I'm just going to make it a knot. And then so I've made it a little knot, and I'm just gonna trim those ends, and I'm going to glue them up there so I don't have to worry about them coming undone. So there's just your leprechaun hat. If you want to leave it at that and put a keychain on, you can, but I'm going to add a little bit of stuffing in there so it keeps its shape. And I don't need a whole lot, just a little bit. And just so the hat keeps its shape. And then I've cut a circle of felt out to glue to the back. And then I've also cut a little strip of ribbon. So I've cut a little strip of a ribbon, and I can measure it to show you how long it is. So it is not quite 4 inches of ribbon. And so let me just cut another one. So I'm just going to cut a little bit of that, and I'm going to grab my smaller little clip, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hot glue gun, put a little dab on that inside, whoops, and I'm going to grab just the ribbon, and I'm just going to put just the end covering that, just the top part, not the bottom part. And don't let the bottom part get glue on it, because you don't want that to have glue so it sticks. You want to make sure it opens free. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bead of glue down the center, and I'm going to fold this ribbon and just press it gently on there. And so that covers your barrette to make it look like a cleaner little thing. Oh, I forgot that I glued that center around. So I'm just going to glue this around the center of my hat. So I'm just going to grab, and I bought the felt, and I just kind of cut it to a circle, and I'm just going to go to the inner circle a bead of glue, and I'm going to glue that to that center so the stuffing doesn't come out. And then you can trim it so it looks better, because you don't have to get it all. So you can just give it a little trim if you want. And then let that set for a second. And then now for the little barrette, I just put a little dab on the inside of the ribbon, and I kind of fold it down and in there. You can kind of see what I did. And I make sure not to get it on this little clasp here, because you don't want it to be glued so you can't function, so it doesn't bend. And then I just take another little dab and just do that little bit, and I fold the ribbon down, and I gently hold that. And then I take my scissors and I pull up that flap of that ribbon, and I just give it a little trim. And then I'm just gonna trim this, and I'll come back. And then, so I don't have any light green, so I'm just gonna use the dark green for this little clip. And then so basically all I'm gonna do is put another dab of glue on there, and I'm just not gonna touch it, and I'm gonna make sure that I grab the beginning or the front, and I just put it on the center there, and I just make sure it opens and closes. And so there is my little leprechaun hair clip. And make sure you add hot glue gun and hot glue, and then felt and stuffing to your hat. And so there's your little leprechaun hat hair clip. So, and don't forget to add your little shamrock You can hot glue that on as well. Put that on your little hat. And there you go. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.